LA County Health Department issued a second shutdown for restaurants. Now this time it's for both indoor dining and outdoor dining, so they can't serve outdoors anymore. Do you guys support that or no?
No, I do. I'm sorry, my mom works at the health director part, so yeah, I do.
Do you support that?
Well, I definitely do because, I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Whether you believe it's fake or not, you really have to take it serious because there's people dying.
It won't be affecting me at all because I don't really go to restaurants anyways. So my opinion on it is it's kind of lame because I like the outdoor seating. I think they should keep that either way.
Do you guys agree with that?
No.
Whoever wants to, okay, no?
I personally disagree with it as well.
To be honest, I don't care. I just want them to do what's best for everyone.
Answer is no.
Yeah.
Same with you?
Same with them. No. We are on a road trip from San Francisco, and it's our first time in LA, and we got news that the outdoor dining was shut down, and it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
It's just hurting small business owners. That's it.
Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree with the fact that they're trying to be safe. I agree with that. But what I don't agree with, a lot of the small businesses, I don't think they're going to survive this time around because it's too hard already.
So I did a couple interviews this week with restaurant owners, and some of them have spent upwards of $40,000 for an outdoor seating area. Do you see their frustration there?
Yeah, I noticed that at the restaurant that I work at, they got all this set up for outdoor seating and stuff, and now it's going to be closed down, and I think it's a bummer for everyone,
LA County Department of Health, when questioned for the scientific evidence to support shutting down outdoor dining as well. Keep in mind, a lot of these restaurants have been shut down for indoor dining for quite some time, but for outdoor dining as well, they didn't have evidence to back the claim that outdoor dining was significantly contributing to the COVID spikes or the rise of COVID cases. Does that change your mind in supporting the closure of the outdoor dining?
No, it doesn't. Whether there's evidence or not, you still have to take it as a real threat,
Do you believe in following the science?
Yes, I do, very much.
So what are your thoughts on when making rules when it can't be backed up by science? Does that seem like shooting in the dark, or what are your thoughts?
I think they're honestly just trying to be as cautious as possible, mostly just because a bunch of new cases just happened, and so I think they're just trying to be more conservative and cautious about what they're doing. And I think them shutting it down is just, I don't know, I feel bad for the businesses, of course.
If for many of these restaurants, because they've been on lockdown for most of the year, this is the final dagger for them. And as for keeping people safe, that's actually a really interesting point you brought up there. LA County was questioned, their Department of Health was questioned on the evidence of COVID or outdoor dining contributing to COVID. They had no evidence that they were able to provide showing that outdoor dining was significantly or at all contributing to COVID. So without having any evidence, they moved forward with an outdoor lockdown. Does that make sense to you or no?
No, it does not at all, because we are outdoors, so what the hell? And, outdoors, I don't really think that it has anything to do with it.
I think there's certainly ways that can be backed up by science to tackle the big contributors to COVID spreading.
Yes.
Instead of just sort of shooting in the dark and stabbing restaurant owners in the in the back in the process.
Yes, I agree 100% with you, 100%.
As for restaurants that spent money for the outdoor dining in order to stay in compliance with COVID regulations and everything like that, a lot of them feel like they were stabbed in the back after being told to close down their outdoor. Some of these restaurants are spending upwards of $40,000 on outdoor seating. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely feel that the city has some type of obligation to pay those restaurants that paid that amount of money. I would feel angry too if I was a owner of a business and I was paying that amount of money and the city wasn't even listening to me, At the end of the day, they're not a big business, it's a small business, They're not Amazon that could lose all this amount of money and still...
It sounds like you're making an argument for opening up their outdoor dining.
Well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, Obviously, small businesses are going to take a hit because they don't have that amount of money to stabilize themselves throughout a duration of time,
There's 31,000 restaurants in LA County. I was speaking to some business owners in Covina where COVID is barely a problem. Do you think that they should all be treated the same or differently? Because right now it is a blanket policy. What are your thoughts?
I think it should be treated the same. I'm not, just because everyone's talking about fairness and how, like, I don't know, equal rights and stuff, so I feel like they should be treated the exact same if, like, yeah.
Equally have their businesses shut down.
It's very obvious that they're just draining the economy, especially these restaurants. Like in this area specifically, outdoor dining is very popular. I mean, there's outdoor dining right here. This isn't the time for them to be squeezing even more money out of these restaurant owners and these businesses, especially when we don't even have more stimulus coming or anything like that. It's important to keep these places open, and I don't agree that we should be closing them.
Very well said. You guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.